Alright, now, school, since there's a whole lot of, back to school ads, I honestly thought that I'd make a video on this, and this is some stuff that I honestly hate about school. Number one, setting word limits is fucking stupid. If I've made my point in, say, 25 words or 50 words, why are you going to force me to write 100 words or 150 words of shit? That's stupid. That's like if I had a basketball team and half the team was really good and half the team didn't even know what basketball was. That's like me having a team of the best players in the world and then half the team is fucking cavemen. See how by adding these extras it was shit? Sometimes less is more. And another thing that pisses me off about setting word limits is, why does some easy shit need to be a complete sentence? Like, if the story says, if the story says it's in New York or in the Bronx, then I would just say, like, if it's like, what is the story, where does the story take place? I'd put the Bronx or New York. Why do you want me to fucking make it? Why do you want me to extend it if it's just a one answer problem when you think about it? Oh, it's not a complete sentence. If someone is asking you if you spilled something on the chair or the couch, you're going to say yes or no. Sometimes you might say, yes, I did, but even then, you didn't really need to drag it out. It was just a simple answer. Why does a simple answer need to drag on? 2, the teachers do not fucking help students. They only help the kids that are doing really well in the fucking class, but they're not helping the kids that actually need the help. Like, I don't get it. How are you going to claim, oh, I help kids that are struggling, but then you know, just help the kids that are doing well? And yeah, it's like, oh, come up and ask me. But here's the thing. Most of the teachers that say that are douchebags, and they don't feel like going up to you and ask you for help, because you're a douche. That's like if a fucking huge giant buff guy the size of Mr. Sandman was like, hey, come ask me about this personal question. Are you going to ask him about the personal question? Fuck no. Or if, say, EDP405 is asking, hey, tell me about your personal life, you're not going to ask him about that shit. No, he's a douche. Why would you? And a pedophile. But at the end of the day, like, I just don't get the teachers that claim to help students, but they only help the students that are doing so well in the class, doing all this shit for the kids that are doing well, and then leaving the kids that are struggling left out. Your whole job is to basically teach these kids about it, and you're not teaching half the class about it that's struggling. You're only teaching the kids that are doing well in the class. And I've seen it happen before. Like, some kids, like a lot of the kids in my math class back in 8th grade sucked at math. And they would only help the kids that they knew were like A+ students in the class. And number 3, that leads to my next point. Some of the shit you learn in class, it doesn't help you in the actual real world. Like, for example, there was a question in one of my history assignments, and it was, what was Napoleon Bonaparte's wife's name? Why do I need to know his wife's name? If it was like history, yeah, I get history being a subject. You don't want to repeat mistakes of the past. But again, a lot of this shit is still stuff you won't really need to learn. Same with some stuff in science, like how is learning how a penguin slides across ice, how is that going to help me go about getting a job or getting a house or paying my bills? How will that help me in the actual real world? How is that ever going to help me as an adult? And again, not everyone's going to have the same career, but the thing is that at the end of the day, we're all going to still need to learn how to pay our bills and how to do all this. We're not going to need to learn some oddly specific shit like that. Number 4. Some teachers are just either old and miserable, or they're just douchebags. Like, one, why would you choose this fucking job? You know it's shit. Plus, what if something happens in your life that's outside of your job? Like, what if something comes up? Like, say you go to the doctor and the doctor's like, you have a life-threatening disease. What if that happens? But you're a teacher, you can't do anything about it because you get shit pay, and you get shit pay yearly. You get paid like $40K, $50K a year. You know how shit the job is, and you still chose it. You still chose the shit job, knowing how much it pays, knowing what's going to happen in the class. Do you expect every kid to just be obedient? No. They're not robots. They have they literally have personalities, free will. As long as that shit is around, kids are always going to be douchebags. And I don't get why teachers just don't learn to accept it. Now, there are some cool teachers, but at the end of the day, it's a really rare percentage you even have a cool teacher. Now, the old ones, they basically make everyone miserable by being miserable. Like, either fuck off, quit, retire, or just stop. Like, I had this one old teacher in 2nd grade called Mrs. Donnelly, and it was this old bitch that looked like the Grinch, but with like orange hair. And I'm like, for fuck's sakes, why are you here? Why are you here? Do you owe the principal a favor? Like, why are you here? You're making everybody miserable. Fuck off. Spend time with your grandkids. Watch a fucking soap opera or some shit. I don't know what old people watch. 5th point. This is probably going to be one of, if not my last point. It's not actually going to be my last point, actually. 5th point is this. The schools have this toxic belief that if one kid is good at something but not good at the other, there's something wrong with that kid. Like some kids like me, I'm good at science and history, but I'm not good at math. My school would see something fucking wrong with me because I'm not good at math. Like, what? Math is a hard-ass fucking subject. How do you expect me to get it down on the fly because I'm good at history and science? Look at this. Look at it like this way. Someone could be good at archery, but shit at video games. Someone could be good at Call of Duty, but shit at Street Fighter. Someone could be good at Street Fighter, but not Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Someone could be good at Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, but not be good at Dark Souls. You see where I'm getting at? Just because someone's good at one thing doesn't make them good at the next. And I don't get why schools just don't learn to accept this. Just because one kid's good at something doesn't make him good at the other. Like, you could be good at science and history, like me, but be shit at math. You could be good at math, but shit at science. Just because one kid is good at something doesn't make him good at the next. 6th point, homework. Okay, schools are already stressful enough. You're sitting there for like hours, probably like an hour, actually just in total 6 or 8 hours, because I know some schools kind of close early. But for me, like, you're sitting there for 6 or 8 hours a day, looking at someone talking. Which, speaking of talking, math is a fucking horrible subject, because at least every subject is structured, ordered, and regimented. Math is not. There's so much details, and it gets to the point where you're just like, what are you going on about anymore? Especially like word problems or just fucking letters in math. Why are there letters? Why are there letters in math? It shouldn't be there. Well, this is a word problem. But even then, it should be a part of the word, not A plus 2. And yes, I mean 2 square 2. Or however the fuck it's put. I don't know. I just want to forget about that. I want to fucking forget about it. But anyway, back on topic. Homework. The class is already stressful enough. School in general is already stressful enough. And that's why people do bad shit, like, at schools, because it stresses them out. And it's really, really stressful. And they don't want to handle, they break. They don't handle the stress. They can't handle the stress. That's why they do that shit. Because they can't handle stress, the amount of stress that it puts on their brain and everything else. And they don't help you. They basically pile it on top of you and tell you to do it. It's like when someone gets to the top of a staircase, you keep kicking them down and saying, go up the staircase, go up the staircase. And then someone gets up again and you break their legs, you say, crawl up the staircase, crawl up the staircase. And you break their fucking arms and you say, crawl it up again. But back on topic again. Like, why is homework even a thing? Who thought homework was a good idea? And why would parents just be like, yeah, fuck this, fuck my kid's well-being, I'm gonna prove this. Who thought that was a good idea? Who genuinely thought that was a good idea? Like, first of all, it's not. It causes more stress than it helps. Second, and it might just be, oh, you just need to fucking get smarter. First of all, did you not hear any of the points in my video? You fucking freak. Like, homework just hurts more than it helps. It doesn't hurt and heal, it hurts and hurts. And it pretty much piles onto stress. Name one person excited to get homework. Nobody, unless you're that one weird kid that actually likes learning. Which, let's all be honest, the only good thing about school is friends. But, basically just a short topic on this. Homework hurts more than it helps, and piles on to stress, and also, just, I don't get the teachers they're like, oh, it's one or two or three problems. It shouldn't be hard, and they're like, those 3 problems are the hardest thing on the planet. Just because it's less doesn't mean that it's easy. Like, you could have 2 people that speak a different language. Like, say you're sitting on a couch, and you have 2 people next to you. One person speaks Taiwanese, the other speaks fucking Russian. By that logic that if it's only 2 problems or 3 problems, it should be easy. By your logic, if a guy is sitting next to me and he's speaking Russian, and a guy is speaking next to another guy speaking next to me, and he's speaking Taiwanese, I should be knowing what they're saying. I should know easily what they're fucking saying, because it's 2 people. I don't fucking get it. Oh look, it's 2 lingering wills in Kingdom Hearts. Or 1 boss in Kingdom Hearts. Just because it's 1 thing, you should be able to beat it. What? Just because it's less doesn't mean it's harder. You fucking slime balls. This is why bad shit happens at schools, because of you people. In conclusion, schools are just, it's basically just annoying having to deal with them. Also, kind of a part of the in conclusion thing, why do I need to ask to go to the bathroom? I get you don't want a whole boy who cried wolf situation, but some people go to the bathroom to either just calm down, or they actually have to use it, or they're just that douchebag that vapes. But still, if the consequences involve someone not crying wolf, then what do I need to do to prove it? Piss my pants? Piss in a bottle? Like Lucha God? Do I have to fucking prove it? But school does not teach you shit you'll need to learn, and it basically hurts more than it helps. You don't get help when they say that they will. And yeah, again, some teachers you actually have to go up to them and do it, but here's the thing. Most of the teachers that do that are douchebags. And if someone's like a douchebag, how are you going to go to them for help? That's like if someone broke your spine and then you're in a wheelchair and you learn to walk again, you're not going to go back to that person because they're a douche. And that's pretty much just all the points I brought up in this video and why I just fucking hate school.